Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box with the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It is Thursday, the 21st of February. These are the charts of the day. Well, we had a really interesting day today. The market's still in a kind of a pullback consolidation retest mode. A lot of individual stocks, however, don't care. They're moving, and I'm seeing lots of breakouts. One is Bloom Energy, which today pretty much had the key breakout I was looking for. If you see the volume on it, and the stock did run up on 2.5 million shares. They're one of the best volumes we've seen. It broke above yesterday above the 15, today advanced. Now we got to get it through here. Keep an eye on 1363 because then you're looking at 18, and then we're looking at the gap test up here at 21 in that area. So 18 and 21 are my swing targets on BE going forward. I may issue that. Cheesecake broke out too. After a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wave down, it stalled, consolidated, had resistance right in that zone. You can see the line I'm drawing right there. And today exploded through it, up 5.3% on 3 million. Looks to me like this is a breakout time. And going forward, my targets on Cheesecake are going to be 53, 55 and a half, 3/4, and possibly a retest of 60 at some point. CAR broke out with a big breakaway gap on big volume, on a big earnings report, 21.7 million. It's up against resistance. The next target could be this spike high here. It also represents a gap area. So that would be somewhere around 39. So keep that in mind if this thing does get momentum going forward. CDNA up another $1.17 or 4.4%. Is right up against resistance. This entire pattern here looks like a consolidation zone basing type pattern. So what we're going to need to get is a move above 30, 80, 31, and then a run towards mid-channel around 42, and then way up here on a long-term basis. You can see the stock might be a $60, $65 stock. CHRS stair-stepping its way after breaking the declining channel, blew through, pulled back, moving averages crossed over. That was a beautiful flag. Should have been on it right there at about 12. It ran up to 15, pulled back and flagged again, and here we go again. The stock today at $14.94, 44 cents, just 3%, and it's at resistance. But a move through this zone, we could get a run to 17 and eventually 20. CPRT Copart with a big pop-up breakaway move today is probably going to make a run at the gap at 58, 58.20 as early as tomorrow morning. We'll see. If it should get through that, it might be a significant move beyond that. It could take it at least to 61 range. So I'm looking for 58 and 61 on a follow-through. Chengyu, nice breakout today. Look at the big gap in here in the long base that just developed in the last year. Today it popped 185 or 9.2%. Nearly 500,000 traded, but this is a breakout to new highs. I'm now looking for this to trend and maybe get up in this zone near 27, perhaps even 31. Those are your targets going forward on Chengyu. That also looks like a swing trade. DLPH Delphi broke out of a long downtrend, taking it from the high 50s, low 60s, over down to 13. Well, if they're an inverse head and shoulders form, today was a breakout day. You can see the pop on volume, trading about 4.8 million shares. At this point, I'm looking for a test of this zone and a follow-through that takes us up to the next target around 24 3/4, 25. Beyond that, we're looking at 29, the gap area right about there. EVBG, one of our top 30 for the year, still trending forward, looking like this is headed towards the channel top at 85. HYRE, nice wedge. It popped today 9.5%, and if it gets through this level, perhaps up through, say, 5, we could see 6 and 7. INSG, thinly traded, but today had some good volume. Well, not that thinly traded. You can see that the stock broke out of a coil, popped, and had a falling wedge to the 50, breaking back out again. My target, 6 3/4, 7. IO, the swing trade, rising flag looks pretty good. It was only up 4% today, but to me, it looks like this rising flag is going to accelerate higher, get up to 17, and then 21, 22. Well, what can I say about Kirkland? Gold, probably the best gold stock in the market. In the last 3 or 4 years, having gone from $1 to 36. Yep, 36-fold increase. Recently, just from the November low at 18, the stock has more than doubled. Candy, big explosive move yesterday and another follow-through today, up another 70 cents or 8 3/4%. I like the overall look of this. Big base pattern. I'm now looking for a test of this zone and the spike high that occurred back in 2017 when the stock ran up to 990. You get to that level, looking at 12 and 15. LNTH swing trade, Doing very well, thank you. Broke out. Yesterday was a breakaway day. Today's a follow-through day. I'm looking for a quick test of the 24.5 area, followed by potentially near 27. Scientific games, nice pop and big volume today, jumping 254, almost 10%. It's at resistance, but it looks to me like it's going to follow through and test the 32.5, and then eventually, perhaps even as high as 39.40. TAST, Carol's Restaurants, big pop yesterday on major volume, on big news, and an inside day today. I like the look of that. I'm thinking it's going to take 12 out and make 13 3/4, and then at least 15, something like that, targets. TALND popped 4 days ago, pulled back, it's held near support right about there. And today popped back to 87 or 6.5%. I think this is going to take out the spike high. Resistance is 48.5 and go to 53.5 and eventually make a run at probably in the high 50s. TPNL, this rising flag has me intrigued. Look at that chart. Powerful. I think at this point, we're headed to break out of here and up towards 10. Zixi swing trade, working also in a rising flag. I like the look of this. This flag may accelerate to the upside quickly, and if it does break out with any kind of volume, a quick move towards about the 9 3/4 10 zone may be had. That's what I'm looking for. So sound with one of the big moves of the year. At one point today was up to $6.65, close to $6, up $3.79 or 171%. Are you kidding me? Only 77 million shares, as much as I've ever seen a stock above 80. At one point it traded like 10 or 20,000% volume more than average. But you can see that if it gets any follow through, we could see 8.5, 9, or even 10 or 11. Finally, Zine, after a 1-2 and a breakaway gap on 3, ran up to resistance and pulled back, held the trend line, and today popped back about 6%. I think it's on its way again to test 6.5 and eventually get up to 9. That's the charts of the day tonight, everybody. Have a good evening, and TGIF tomorrow. I'll talk to you then.